We will now ask that, if able, please stand for the national anthems, starting with the anthem of Faroe Islands. And now, the anthem for Scotland. And now, the anthem of Northern Ireland.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're live here now in the National Sports Arena for the next encounter of the Small Countries Association. This time we've got local rivals once again, but this time in the girls section, under 18. It's Ireland versus Northern Ireland. I'm Benny O'Regan, and joining me in here in the commentary box is the legendary Northern Ireland player himself, Jonathan Workman. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, Benny. Thanks for the introduction. Yep, looking forward to this one. Two teams that countries are very familiar with each other. Northern Ireland's second match of the day, but this is Ireland's opening fixture in the girls section. And this will complete the group matches for Northern Ireland in terms of the format. Scotland being the other opponents for Ireland to face tomorrow. But yeah, this should be a cracker.
Well, I'm looking forward to it myself as well. This is the first time both sets of squads have kind of assembled together. They've only come new since early last year. I know the new coaching staff has gone in for the Irish team with Erica Fatini, represents Munster Thunder, which is based out in the west of Ireland between Ennis and Limerick, with the assistant coach there, Egaris, who has played in many clubs, a very prominent beach volleyball player, but also coaching as well in Premier Women with Guardians, but also former player as well for Tala Rockets, and also the other assistant coach being Paulo Tomes. We're about to kick things off with the first serve. Ireland will be the first servers as it is, and it's Kilkenny Spartans, Milica Dimitrievich. Can you believe I can pronounce that, huh, Johnny? Can be a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, I'll leave that one to you, yeah.
But we call her short for Millie. Millie up on a jump serve, very nice one, but Libro deals with it very well. That's Katie. Rosalia Jacobs there on the pick-up. Captain Martina from Ballymun, and they take the first point there. Ball will go down into the middle of the Northern Ireland court.
Yeah, good swing from the Irish outside there. You can see what Northern Ireland were trying to do, establish the middle early. Maya had a very good game this morning against Scotland. Just didn't find the court that time, but you can see the intention.
And there he goes at it again, but this time hits it a little bit too long anyway. At least she gets the feel of getting her run up into jump serving with a bit of topspin anyway. But however, it's Northern Ireland serve now.
Yeah, I like the way the Northern Irish girls, especially the barrel, track that ball all the way to the line, just to be sure.
Northern Ireland serve, but a bit of a miss hit there from number 11, Sophia Armstrong from the Aztecs club. Aztecs are well represented on the Northern Ireland team here today, including head coach Carol Gale. Aztecs have been long established in volleyball circles ever since I started at the turn of the century. Anyway, with the play as it is, pick up there from Ireland, but it's a free ball going back over. Millie sets onto it, goes into the middle, but unfortunately it sails all the way out. Number 14, Leah Boyleko from Midlands VC in Mountrat. Had a swing on that to get into the game. Maybe the next one might be a little bit more successful. Northern Ireland up to serve here now again. Better serve as well. And an ace from us, Johnny.
Yeah, great serving pressure. Serving's going to be a key factor in this game. We saw a couple of shaky ones at the start, but that's very strong. If they can keep that up, that'll be a really good base to build from.
Yeah, can Katie Boyd here, number 15 for Northern Ireland, continue to form here with her second serve? She has got a very good day, I guess. She put Ireland in all sorts of trouble. Libero ends up spiking it anyway. There's a pick up from Rosalia Jacobs. Going to the block, they go on the wing. What do they call it? Referee calls it out. Our referee today is Salvar Gulmundsson from Iceland. That was a bit of a tongue twister for us, Johnny, anyway, especially when we were looking through Google Translate to try and pronounce his name correctly.
Yeah, I think you'd be happy with that one.
I'm happy enough anyway. I pronounced it well enough. Anyway, something's happened here. Second referee here is Maria Jimenez. She's our Spanish referee, but representing Volleyball Ireland Federation, based down in Cork, and one of the driving forces for the junior volleyball program with Netforce Volleyball Club. What's happening here, Johnny?
Yeah, just a rotation fault. I think it might be between the libero. They should be able to correct it for this one. And of course, we're using the e-score sheets with linked iPads on the ref stand here as well, all synced up to the scores table as well. So it should be pretty clear which player number should be in which location.
Hopefully it won't break the concentration of the players anyway with this small delay that needs to be clarified anyway. I think the second referee has made an honest human mistake there, Johnny, so they're replaying the point.
No, fair enough. Yeah, good to get clarification of exactly what the error was, and it turned out that Northern Ireland were not at fault, so yeah, great replay point.
Okay.
These things happen.
Yeah, better be sure than to be sorry. That's why we have the technology. And that's why we have the human beings holding those line flags to tell us whether it's going in or out. And the flag went straight up there, 2 meters beyond the back line, point for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, and it's tough with any sort of delay, as you said. It could break the concentration, just overcook that serve a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit too much time on the ball. Read it up for to keep a flow, a tempo onto it. Anyway, Ireland looking to side out here. And Northern Ireland get the free ball. They go into the middle. And they go successfully there. Number 18, Ava Stove from the Aztecs.
Yeah, gets the block, slows it down, and gets the opportunity in transition. I love the setter went back to her. Dean trying to establish that middle early.
Yeah, indeed, that was all her points. She owned it from the start. And then try to pass on it. Martina from the Ballymun Club, the captain. Try to be smart about it. Lucy Hyland trying to get herself into the game on the opposite position. Tried to tip it to be smart, but unfortunately tipped it to the sideline and out. Captain Coleman up the serve again. And this time she puts too much welly behind the ball and sails beyond the Irish pass, end zone, end line, and all the way out.
So of course, yeah, Maya being the captain has gone off court, so we need to establish who the on-court captain is.
Salvar is happy enough. Play goes on. Here we go now. Ireland up the serve. And this time it's on the baby blue spot on the court, which unfortunately for Ireland is the out zone.
That's a good lead for Northern Ireland there.
7-4 Northern Ireland. Up for the serve here. Goes jump serving here. Number 10, Beth Evans. Ireland hit another system ball, but they give back a free ball. What did they do? Pass wasn't great. They give into the setter, almost like a free ball back to Ireland. And he sets it into the middle. What does Ireland get? Get a bit of a miss hit, a bit of luck on the net, and drops down into the middle of the court. And that was 23, Anastasia Serich from Portlaoise College. She's actually the only person here on the team that isn't part of an official junior club, but she's very, very prominent with Portlaoise College in the schools scene. Now another Laois counterpart who actually does play with a Laois junior club from Midlands BC, Rosalia Jacobs. She gets the ace on that as Northern Ireland couldn't deal with her serve. Pass goes beyond. Number 15 there, Katie Boyd. Jacobs tries again. Put down the middle. A bit better. They have to go out to 4. Go for the cross ball. Libro sees it up on that. Martina takes a swing at it, but it's still up into the air. Another free ball chance here for Ireland. They're going to nearly there into the set. Martina takes another swing going long. And this time, Libro of Northern Ireland, Katie McCaw, didn't deal with it the best. That's another point for Ireland. Creeping back into it here, Johnny. It's now 7-all.
Yeah, it was a great dig from Katie Little Northern Ireland from the first swing, but just unfortunately the second was too much to handle.
Third serve for Jacobs. Nice pass out into the setter. They go into that middle where they've been successful once before. Make it a second time there. Number 18. Once again coming through the middle, hitting into the zone 4, zone 5 direction. That's Ava Stove. Second point for her now. Add on to Northern Ireland's tally.
Yeah, it was a great pickup from the Irish captain there.
Just not good enough. Anyway, we got another service there. We're into the net. That was Hannah Thompson's first serve. Outside spiker for Northern Ireland. Play goes back to Ireland. First of the middles, up the serve. Anastasia should have an attack when she was up on the front line. How she do with the serve. Nice strong one. Puts it into the libero's area. Gets the contact a little bit too high on the arms and drops down in front of her feet. And server's ace for Ireland. Sarich again up the serve. For a long float, she does. Aims at the libero, deals with it better this time. Go again into their middle, only this time it's their first error of the game. Brave Stove.
Yeah, nice reset from the Northern Irish libero there. Got caught out in the first serve and targeted again, but passed it down the second time. Should be hoping for the same again here.
I hope Coach Dale there gave him some words of wisdom there of how to get out of this side out. Going to go into the libero and it goes dropping down to the feet. Momentum is swung in Ireland's favour now. They're getting a couple of easy points from the last two service rotations, and of course, as expected, timeout for Northern Ireland. What do you think Carol would be saying to these girls right now after a very decent start anyway?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's there for them. It's finding the balance between aggressive serving and not making the errors on the serve. You know, they've been really good in transition, picking up a lot of balls, but you got to give yourself an opportunity by getting the ball in the court. And I think as well, they'll be wanting to take some aggressive swings. A little bit too tentative, a little bit too hesitant, and some of the out of system of the ball's not perfect, and giving a free ball back over to Ireland or making an error on the ball. So it's full of confidence. It's early days. Get yourself into the game, but stay aggressive on those attacks especially.
Yeah. The sound advice if the girls can apply what you preach there, Johnny. Hopefully it's similar words that Coach Dale has given to his players on court. Anyway, we're back at the action again. Anastasia serves the ball, and it's into the hands of the setter. It's tight, as you see there. The middle blocker standing so far off on a tip, or even just even the starting position as it is, and then the opposite can read that very easy. Dump it over the double block that was ready. There was no one there for this pickup. Northern Ireland back on to serve here again. Little player, Ava Stove serves out of it. Ireland deal with it. They go into Martina. A little bit of fingers in the block onto it, but backcourt player there, number 14, didn't deal with it the best. Hannah Thompson. Another point for Ireland. So now they've gone full rotation around, so we're back to the original starting server, which is Milica Davic. She goes for another one, but again, second one out of three. It's gone out. It's a point for Northern Ireland. We have to try and get that back now. Sophia Armstrong up to serve. What should do this time? Ireland deal with it to go into the middle. We have an early jump there. And a big scoop up there from Rosalia Jacobs. Okay, they're getting a block. The cover was there. But they swung with fresh air, Johnny.
Yeah, good press, good seal over on from the block there from Northern Ireland captain Maya. Maybe that'll be a wee bit of momentum for Northern Ireland.
I think it also helped with Katie Boyd lining up the block, so at least there was no holes in that double block, no gaps to go through. Stuff down. Anyway, they go at it again. Really goes out to the wide. Got a good line on it, but just a little bit too much power. Left-hander there.
Yeah, it's always a tough swing and left in the left side, but it wasn't too far away there.
Not too far away. He just needs to find that little bit of range, either hit more on the top of the ball, and just similar kind of contact, but just take the pace off the go on the line, go down to Jacobs, she will really with the back set. They go back again. And it goes outside to the four. They go again to the opposite, and this time she is successful in winning the point. Getting it off block off the hands. Point for Ireland.
Yeah, better from Northern Ireland. Ireland had to work for that there and got a couple of points. Bring the score back close, 13-12 to Ireland.
Captain Martina serves the ball across, but Ireland, mistake there by the middle attacker there, number 16, Maya McColmans, the captain, which is quite unusual for her anyway. Usually she's very good at hitting that ball in the sweet spot. Just just not this time.
Yeah, just slightly missed. I'd love to see the setter go back to in the middle now. Or that's even better from Northern Ireland's point of view.
That's it. We don't really need to see it anymore, Johnny. Ireland did the job for them. They move on. Next rotation. That's the number 15 here, Katie Boyd. Katie is from the second highest represented club, which is Ballymoney Blaze. Ballymoney Blaze, and then that serve was blazing as well. Too hot to handle for Ireland.
Yeah, great serve. We've seen from both sides, we're positioned right behind the service. We can see that ball moving a lot in this hall.
Yeah, and it's very, very difficult when you see a flat ball just still in the air, because just like that again. Ace number 2 in a row.
Wow.
For Katie. How will Ireland handle this down period now? It's just the same as like deja vu, yeah, as we would have expected. Same on the other side. Coach Fattini calling the timeout for Ireland.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm very curious. This set's obviously very close, but you can look at it two ways. Would you prefer Northern Ireland have we played the game this morning? So this is their second match of the day. Would you prefer? Does that make you tired having played one match, or are you more familiar then with the competition court? Ireland are coming in, they're fresh, but would there be any pre-match nerves? You know, first match of the competition, if you had your pick, what would you choose? Or you just kind of deal the hand or play the hand you're dealt?
Just deal with the hands that you're dealt with, you know, like you're looking at it from two different perspectives, like Northern Ireland and with their first match against the group favourites and this age Scotland, and losing to that, you know, it's like pressure is going to be on them, but at the same time they've already warmed up their bodies, you know, they got familiar with the court surroundings, so they can't be going in with too many nerves, whereas a lot of these Irish girls, this is their first time representing, you know, with an international cap. And it's a whole new ball game. It's not playing in school halls like they would be with their training, with doing with Foss Éireann, playing against club teams that they have done this season in preparation for this European qualifier. So it's hard to say, but once you're settled in, you don't really think about any of the other factors. Maybe I spoke too soon there for the opposite, and Lucy Hyland sitting on the wrong side of the antenna, and not anywhere near the court.
Yeah, set. Looked like it drifted a little bit. I know the last time she sat behind it was the captain, the right-hander, swinging through position 4, or position 2, sorry. That was just a little bit too wide for the lefty in that occasion.
And now it's gone with the overpass. Northern Ireland have a chance to build on that lead. Ireland line up their block very well. Go out to Jacobs, who swung a little bit too early. Missed a little bit of percentages on the swing, but it didn't matter because the change in the pace of the ball fooled the Northern Ireland block. Hit it on the way down, and it drops just behind the blockers. Point for Ireland. Point back, straight back for Northern Ireland with that service error there. Number 14, Leah Boileko from Midland Volleyball Club. Serve over on the wing onto 5, but Jacobs again deals with it, but she has to deal with an inside ball. Gives back a free ball instead. Northern Ireland go on the pipe, but it's easy to deal with. What will Melissa do? She goes again on Jacobs. But I think Jacobs just hit the straight into the outside hand of that block there.
Yeah, it's good timing from number 10, Beth Evans there. Looks like she enjoyed that block.
Had to, but I think also the set was a bit too tight, so Jacobs had to react fast, but unfortunately didn't get any change from it. And neither is Lucy Hyland again. It's another mistake in the attack, hitting the top of the net and dropping back down on her own side. Ireland are losing a little bit of the rag of themselves here now. So substitution coming up here. A fellow Kilkenny Spartan, I'm proud to say it. Snow Ganta is coming on there on the opposite, as kind of expected. Lucy Hyland, her head must be well in the clouds as it is, because a few service errors. I said the heartbeat was racing a little bit too fast, that she lost all control of herself. Northern Ireland served strong, and even if there was no call, floated all the way out. Bit of luck for Ireland there. More wishing it go out and anyone taking the lead on it. However, it's the first opportunity, first hand on the ball for Snow Ganta representing Ireland. Goes with the float, goes with a strong float, but nicely dealt with by the libero. Unfortunately, Northern Ireland attacker number 14, Hannah Thompson, undercooked it in every regard. I don't know if she was thinking she was on the beach trying to do a nice short roll shot, but unfortunately for her team, she loses the point. Snow Ganta again up the serve, going for a float. She's a strong, what's that saying? Right on the line! That should bring the momentum back in a little bit in Ireland's favour at this moment. And now Coach Gale has to call that second time out for Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Back and forth, back and forth. What a rocket of a serve. The first one absolutely dying by the Northern Ireland libero, Katie, and then just judgment call on that second one did land inside the line. Great risk reward from the Irish. Again, second touch of the ball, but took the risk and got the ace on that second one.
Yeah, it was a very good call by Coach Erica Fattini there. She could see that poor old Lucy Hyland wasn't getting much success in getting her connection with the ball at the net and resulting in a few liability points.
Yeah, all good. You've got a squad of 14, up to 14 if you use them. Everyone should be able to play their part, ready to come in, and that's what she's proven here.
That's it, and that's the experience of a good coach as well, knowing the strengths and weaknesses of your players and how to utilise them as best within the moments. Unfortunately, Snow on this occasion went a little bit too far and a little bit too aggressive. One sails beyond the back line. So a very good call by Coach Gale. It'll be his point there for Northern Ireland.
Yep.
We'll go Northern Ireland up to serve here. Beth, but he's getting cancelled out. The last service error there, so not much change on that.
Delicately poised here. Ireland just 1 point down, 19-20.
Yeah, money time as we would call it, Johnny. This is where you got to make your goddamn money.
I feel like, yeah, one good run of serves, that'll be it.
That's it. And Jacobs is up to serve there. Good pass, but it's nice gloves. Very good, nice high ball by Ganta. Goes into the middle to Anastasia, and they get lucky. Northern Ireland very, very late to react onto that tip.
Yeah, good placement into that kind of campfire. Everyone's sitting around. A few people could go for it, but in the end up, no one gets there in time.
Someone has to take those balls, take the responsibility, be looking at the libero to do it. However, we move on. Jacobs again with another decent serve, but it's in the hands of the setter. They go to their captain. The libero keeps it up, but the Snow Ganta there who goes with a roll shot. There's going to be a free ball coming back over to Ireland. No knees. Even Millie was there, gives Snow a big hug onto that because, you know, they were put under the cosh there and they had to act fast and it worked out in their favour, Johnny.
It's fine margins. You can see what the libero was trying to do, not give a super free ball, put it on the centre's head perhaps, but it just didn't quite make it over the net.
And now it's a 1 point advantage for Ireland. Again, Jacobs goes for it. Unfortunately, just like Ganta on the last service.
Yeah, good run of serves that just takes the pressure off for Northern Ireland. You know, you've lost a couple of points. You're like, oh shoot, they're going to serve me. Pressure, we got to side out here, but nope, straight away.
Well, we've got a draw game here at 21 all. Hannah Thompson up the serve. She goes for a float. Again, dealt with nicely with the libero. Again, Martina goes for a big swing. Gets it a foot inside the back line. Point for Ireland.
Yeah, it could be a problem for Northern Ireland. The captain, when she's on the outside, she's been swinging really heavy arms so far in this set. Difficult to stop. This is the one, no libero on court again. Northern Ireland had a nice tip down the line last time to side out from this rotation. We'll see if he recognises no libero on court again and target her.
Doesn't matter, there was a hole in the block.
That works.
It didn't join up at all. Got to hit off the top of the net, but didn't matter. And into empty space on the Irish side. 22 all.
Way to thread the needle. It's Northern Ireland's turn for a middle to serve, but it gets their captain back on the court in the front. Maya.
All right, they pick it up. Where are they going to go? They go behind under the pipe. However, recycling from Northern Ireland. Sit off the right side. They keep it alive. Militza's going for it. She does. She keeps it up. So the ball's alive in Northern Ireland's court. Comes off the block and they retreat off to it. Militza does what she does best. Get up there and challenge for the ball when it's tight on the top of the net. And it works out. Yeah. As you said, into the campfire.
Yeah, big rally. Both sides had chances there. Very close at that net play, but Ireland just doing enough to find the space on the court.
Fine margins as it is for now, Johnny. Not in it. Now we'll see what we do with Militza, which she get in this time. Long one, but it's easily dealt with by Northern Ireland. They go into the middle there. They got a nice pick up by Rosario Jacobs. Martinez now tight for space. It's okay. Ball still in play, however. Should be advantage Northern Ireland on this. No. Setter nearly picks it up. It looks like the opposite. Snow is just going to put it back over the net. What are they going to here do again? To go out wide on that. Hits off the hands of Snow, but she was drifting in mid-air, floating on it. And there's nothing nicer for an attacker who just swinging at the block with no control.
Yeah, I think that's what Carl would have wanted there. Big, aggressive swing from Katie on the outside after you could see the captain, Maya, they were moving around, like running a bit of a gap, bit of a push set in the middle, and then the next attack in the closer to the setter as well. Bit of variation is good to see.
Sophia Armstrong got in with the serve here anyway to go out to Snow, who's hitting on the left. Bit of an under hit, but easily dealt with there. The boys, then they pick it up to go out to 4. No, it's the libero. Is this going to be a libero's point? It is. Highly unexpected. Spiking with her feet down on the ground. Very late delay there and picking up the touch, and goes off to the sideline. It's very hard then after that when it's over by the chair area. This leads us here. Set point to Ireland, 24-23. And it's out. Another foot out. There's been a couple of those that have just sailed by the back line there.
Gutsy leave, right? The pressure's on, you're set point down. If you leave and it clips the line, you've just been aced, but lets it sail out. It was out indeed, so 24 all, tied game once again.
Sigh of relief for Northern Ireland's now in their control. What's happening here? Is it tight on the net? Jacobs went underarm when it was tight at the net. It might have been better if she went for the overhead before it dropped below the height at the net. However, Coach Fattini calls her second time out. Try and get her troops together, reset again. Advantage Northern Ireland, Johnny.
Yeah, just about, but the game is on a knife edge here. That's both coaches have used both timeouts, so after this, both teams will be on their own on the court, but it's just at this stage who can hold their nerve. Do you go for a risky serve? Do you keep the ball in play? Do you give your blockers a chance at the net? Do you back your defense? Do you target the front court outside? You know, go to your go-to, tried and tested.
Well, Johnny, all those questions will be answered either in the next point or two. Northern Ireland have the advantage with the serve here.
Katie Boyd, number 15.
Gets it in. It's up, but it's not up well. So what does Jacobs do? She just volleys it back over. It's tight on the net, but she again to redeem herself, getting in position for a standing block. And is challenged. Put that pass high onto the top of the net. And now we got another substitution, another Kilkenny Spartan coming on the court. Maria Clara de Souza Coutinho. I didn't have to look at a sheet for that, Johnny Workman, did I?
It's good pronouncing again.
Well, especially when she comes from my own club here in Kilkenny Spartans. Known her for 3.5 years since she
taught her everything she knows.
Oh, well, I hope so anyway. So, like, I don't want to have a commentator's curse just yet anyway, but here she is up to serve. You're kind of going to expect a strong float. She'll come in at
it's tough coming in the serving
sideway kind of run in.
Yeah.
I'm hoping she finds a gap between two passers. Anyway, referees are in place. Substitution's done. It's game on here. Salver to blow the whistle.
Great serve, great pass.
Great pass. They go into the middle, kind of, and again it dropped over into the middle of the court. No one was waiting on that one, so payback by Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Great variation again from Maya. Last couple of ones, time she'd been dug. Changes it up here, just tips right over the block. Really tough ball to defend and gets the clean kill. Maya with ball in hand. Captain steps up for set point.
Still alive. Puts it back over in the in. They give it into the setter to go into the middle to the captain. Goes high off the block. On the stage, they got a little finger onto it to go to Rosaria. And then go behind to their offset. Nitsa keeps it up, giving it there to the libero from Ireland. And it's going to be a high ball to go out to 4. What happens here? It's out. It's out. Ireland can breathe a sigh of relief this time. Hits on the baby blue colours, which for Ireland's relief is the out.
Close, fair play to Ireland. They defended relentlessly there. Had to give a couple of free balls over to Northern Ireland, but yeah, they put everything onto that.
Well, we're still in a shootout here. You know, got Snowganta up here to serve with her strong flow, but she serves into the nets. Advantage again back to Northern Ireland.
Number 10, Beth Evans with ball in hand. A couple of last-minute instructions from Coach Gill.
It's her line up. Just floats with it. Jacobs deals with it a bit. They go to Ganton, the opposite in the back, but then it's free ball. Libero keeps it up. Again, it's another ball for Northern Ireland to finish off the set. Go swing on it. It's a high ball. Libero deals with it. It's going up there for Rosaria. She gets a claw on it or something. Northern Ireland give it to their opposite. She gives out to herself on that. She knows she's done better with the contact on it.
Great rally again. Both sides defending doggedly. Northern Ireland working opportunities, but Ireland just not going out without a fight here.
Yeah, back to juice here, 27 all. Rosalia Jacobs. Again, another service error when you want the ball just to go over and in. Just don't make the mistake at the minimum. It's happened again. Again, another advantage to Northern Ireland, Johnny.
Yeah, it's tough at this if you're thinking too much about not missing instead of just putting it in.
That's this, you know. Anyway, here's the chance anyway for Hannah Thompson. She floats onto it. Would have been going out, no one called it. Millie gets the serve onto it. It goes to Martina. Libero keeps it up. But then they have to give it back again. Oh, but it's very, very late reaction by Snowganta on the opposite. No block up on it. It was just a free ball that drops down into the Irish side. First set, Northern Ireland, 29-27.
Wow. What a set. Both teams having to hold their nerve there at the end. That was anyone's set. Katie on the outside played a blinder that set and just showed there that it doesn't always have to be par. A bit of precision, a bit of variation there can win the point as well.
That's it, yeah. The ones who make the least mistakes have the best chance of winning. And that's proved to be on this, especially at the end there from 20 all. How many service errors did we see when it mattered?
Yeah, we've all been there. You know, you're waiting for the serve to come over. It's your pressure on the side out, and then the ball goes into the net, and it's not even an opportunity for you to pass the ball that's floating out the back. You know, it's just immediate pressure off. Okay, straight back to us. We're serving now. Can we get a block? Can we cover?
You know, opportunities were there for Ireland to take the set, but then again, you know, it was nip and tuck all the way. You know, there was no one with any clear, real clear advantage during the whole of that set. There was always just going to be 1 or 2 points between these two teams. Do we expect more of the same in the second set?
Yeah, I would have thought so. If Ireland can get their captain more involved, she was pretty automatic, really difficult to defend. Yeah, they probably just need to find that balance again of the risk reward on the service pressure, put a few more balls in play, because their defense was unbelievable, very scrappy, very hard to get a ball down for the Northern Irish team. Northern Ireland probably varying their offense a little bit more, especially trying to run their middles, both middles, and especially Maya, what we said, close to the setter and on that gap play as well, trying to upset the Irish block, make it hard for them to read and defend. But yeah, it could come down again to that service pressure. Who's going to be able to get the other team out of system a bit more? Who's going to be able to serve in consistently more? But I expect it to be super close again.
Well, from an Irish point of view, I'm hoping it goes the same way as the boys' game earlier, because first set, Northern Ireland and Ireland, there was plenty of mistakes by both sides. But once Ireland minimised the errors part of their game and started to flourish it a little bit more and getting a few more down balls, a few more blocks, a few more service aces, then the red turned into the green, and that's what kept them sailing through. You think that could be the case here for Ireland, if they could up their game, win a few more balls on their own terms rather than on the mistakes of the opposition?
It's definitely possible. If I'm either team at the minute, I'm absolutely sure that I can still come back or continue on and win this game. It's that close. Obviously, the Northern Irish girls came off with their heads high, ecstatic to get that win in the first set of the tournament after they came so close in that second set this morning against Scotland. Ireland seemed a little bit dejected, even though all the hard work they've put in. I think they should hold their heads high and still come out full of confidence for the second set. It was that close.
Yeah. Well, sides are back on court here for set 2. You see a change from the Irish team. You see that Snowganta is now going to be starting opposite instead of Lucy Hyland, since she came off midway through that first set. give a chance to Snow, see what she'll be like from the start. Maybe she'll be more of a point scorer now for the Irish team. However, Northern Ireland are going to be up here to serve. Sophia Armstrong, setter, leader of the attack. Yeah, it's going. She serves down the line at captain Martina Horba. He gets it back. Setter gets the defense on it, so Beaver takes. And it's given there to number 10, Beth Evans. She's trying to volley it back out, but she got her direction wrong and follows it on the wrong side of the sideline and out.
First point to Ireland in the second set. That's exactly what they'd wanted.
Really up the serve, she goes across the serve, but the back dig set ends up being way too tight for the wing player of Northern Ireland to be able to get a hand on us. And it just drops down. Silly error, I would say, by Northern Ireland. It gives a two-point cushion for Ireland to start the second set. And it's up against the serve. It goes very strong. A good high ball by the libero to get it back onto us. Transitioned off the net there, Snow. It goes straight into the middle blocker of Northern Ireland.
Yeah, just a little bit low on that swing. That's one. If Maya celebrates, she'll get that down as a block in the stat sheet, but it might have been a lot of net involved there. But that's exactly what Northern Ireland need. Ireland were just threatening to pull away with an early start here, but instead of being 3-0, and now it's 1-2 with Northern Ireland serving.
Yeah, they go at it again there. Go down to the middle. Tips in there. But it's going to be an easy ball, but it went to Millie taking first touch, so it's gone by Libero. He went out to Horba out on the right side. She gets some change on that out of system ball. Gets the points, so she'll be next up to serve.
Yeah, left side, right side. She's been super effective whatever she's hit out of.
Yeah, good high percentage now by Martina Horba, leading the captain should do. Maybe I spoke too soon. Went for a strong flow serve there. Unfortunately, a little bit too much juice in the old caboose. And sails beyond the back line of Northern Ireland. So back in serve there, 2-3.
Good serve, targeting that front court outside, taking them out of the attack.
Go to the back there, Snow with the free ball. But ball is easily dealt with again. Nicole, the libero. Oh, old rules, that would have been a double touch, but play goes on.
Yeah.
Millie sets into the middle. She sets in there for number 14, Leah Boyleko, but unfortunately again into the net.
Yeah, tough swing. I'm not sure if the middle was maybe expecting that ball. Hadn't fully transitioned off or opened up and still gave it a good go, but just wasn't quite there for the attack that she was attempting.
Hopefully she doesn't need to try to regroup on that, because service error straight into the net.
Yeah, again, it's the right idea from Maya. If that just an inch higher, a little bit more power, that would clip the net and put the front court outside on the floor. Put them out of system, no doubt, but as it is, error. Serve back to Ireland.
Boyleko there serves, gets it over and in. That could be called for a double,
yeah.
And it is.
Yeah.
You can see the backspin on the ball. Nothing clean about that. No rules change on that one. Once there's a double touch that goes over the net now,
yes,
you're going to be called. What do you think about these new rules, Johnny?
I mean, yeah, old enough now to have played in a couple of rule sets. It's hard to know. It takes a wee bit of adjusting for sure. Even the fact that you don't need to be in rotation when it's your serve to know the order. And there's no screening, I guess, now at all. But the double touch, I've heard argued that good setters will still be good setters, and double touching doesn't advantage your hitters. So it's just more to keep the ball playing or the rallies going.
Oh yeah, that's the logic behind it, but I think it does do a disservice to all those technical, artistic setters,
yeah,
you know. But it does give a little bit more leeway to those that wouldn't have the best of hands, but
yeah,
as you say there, bottom line, more play can start to go on.
Yeah, everyone's a setter these days. You do kind of wince a bit if you see a bad, what would have been a double touch in the first or second contact there, but that is what it is.
Well, back to the action here, and we see Snow gone to Up for the service, she gets an ace out of it. Aiming at the libero for Northern Ireland there. Katie McCaw. She shanks it, goes to the back of the supporters there behind the courts. Up again. And this time it's in the middle of the net.
You maybe take that. An ace and an error is not too bad. It can be tough to win a point on your serve, but she's staying aggressive at it.
True, at least you're +1 up.
Yeah.
Hannah Thompson here now into her serve. Goes for the float. Oh, and she gets something out of it. She gets an ace out of it. Bad pass there by Martina Harva.
Yeah, it really seems to be a servers versus passers game this set especially. A lot more aces this set, a lot more out of system. Maybe a few more errors in the serve as well, with teams both risking it.
There you go. Point illustrated. Still Ireland with a 2-point advantage. They're going to keep putting their faith here in Rosalia Phillips. She has to get a new fresh ball.
Yeah, how you're saying a lot of these players is their first international experience, and there's a few different things going on here with the e-score sheets and that, and we have a multi-ball system in play. Usually when we're playing school volleyball, club volleyball, it's you running after your own ball, but no, we have either 3 or 5 balls here that you need to start each rally with a brand new ball, so it just takes a wee bit getting used to, but the refs and everyone will keep us right.
The refs know what they're doing. They wouldn't be qualified at this grade. They wouldn't be unfamiliar with the amount of volunteers that are there to make that final call, from the line judges, the scorekeepers, and even the ball crew. Anyway, back to the action. Rosalia Jacobs again going for a serve. The target at Katie McCraw, the libero. Ends up being somewhat good. They have to hit out with system 4. Millie chases it down. Martina and a bit of a lower ball at that, and kept it at the same trajectory. Unfortunately for Ireland, she hits her spike into the net.
Yeah, important point for Northern Ireland to win, keeping the gap to 2 points here. This set kind of just hangs in the balance. This kind of middle section will be interesting to see if either team can pull away, or if they're going to be nip and tuck the entire set as they were in the first set.
And they went to the middle there to Serich. Good. The swing, unfortunately, hit on the baby blue side and out.
Just
full ball on that big long stretch of baby blue color. You see on the outside of the lines, it's the green lines. And they're the actual lines for the volleyball court here on this multi-sports floor here. And Ireland go into the middle with a big swing to their captain, but Ireland pick it up, scoop it up, but again, it's gone back to Northern Ireland. Going to the opposite. What does Melissa do? She gets up and goes for another fight. Just go at it again. Oh, well called there by Jacobs. She scoops it up to their captain, Horba. Unfortunately, Horba hits it a little bit too strong on the diagonal and sails all the way out.
Yeah, good leave, good court awareness there from Northern Ireland. Again, Ireland showing super determined defensive efforts. Really hard for Northern Ireland to put a ball down, but they stay in the rally, and eventually the error comes from the Ireland team this time.
8-10. Make that 11-8. Ireland, another service error. This time on the part of number 11, Sophia Armstrong. So back around again to Ireland's setter here, Milica Dimitrijevic. She goes down the line, 14, Hannah Thompson, but she passes it, but it is a free ball, but she takes the first ball, so Libero takes the second ball, and Horba ends up putting a free ball back over on third. Go out to their wing, should be an easy pick up by Jacobs, one person at a time. And then Horba puts over another free ball. Ball ends up being very, very tight at the net. There has to be a bit more challenge there. There was. And number 16, captain Maya McCalmus, wins the battle.
Yeah, great awareness from Maya. Saw there's an opportunity. We don't need to take 3 touches here. That ball's there to be hit, and I'm going to hit it and win this point and win the rally for my team.
Especially given the height she's at, almost 6 foot. That's a bad pass, unusual from Nicole from Docky Devils. That ball could have been going out, but Northern Ireland touches. And again, why wasn't there a block there committed, especially when the ball was so tight at the net? A little punch there by Hannah Thompson.
Yeah.
Gives Northern Ireland the point. An easy point, Johnny.
Yeah, maybe just weren't expecting that aggressive at a set for being out of system, but yeah, Hannah expected it. She was up, got some contact on her to put it in, found the space.
Go out to Snowganta, tries to tip off the block, but free ball's coming back in. Jacob puts the ball up to Millie, go behind to Martina. Oh, and it hits off awkwardly off the hands of Katie Boyd.
Nah, she's disappointed with herself there. She knew she was in the right position. It's just come at her a bit faster than she anticipated. But yep, better for Northern Ireland. They're getting their way into this set.
Well, there's a substitution there. Maria Clara de Souza is coming on for Martina Horba. Maybe that's just to shore up the defense in the back. Maria originally was a libero for this squad, but somehow upgraded onto the outside hitting position.
Upgraded?
Upgraded,
Upgraded from it.
I don't know.
Is the bear not the pinnacle?
Libero is the pinnacle of the defense, but the pinnacle of the all-rounder is the outside hitter. So we'll see how she does with the serve.
It's good serve.
Good serve, yeah. She'll be there now, scooping up and back on 6. You got to push it. Nice high ball. It's in there. What will the middle do? Middle pulled out of it. Kept going. I don't know if it touched the block. Play goes on. They go into her middle. High ball for Ireland recycle. They go to Jacobs, who just rolls with it. Libero setter doesn't do anything onto it. They go out to Jacobs there on the 4, but she had no momentum into that swing attack. Hit it too low onto the net. Point for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, another good rally there. Northern Ireland working hard. I thought that rally might have been over a potential lift call or potential 4 touches, but fair play to Northern Ireland. Played to the whistle, stuck at it, and eventually got the point.
This is. And then McConnell serves. Well, it's kept alive. I'm sure it'll be a free ball. Will Libero win the point from it? Not this time.
Not this time.
They go on the opposite. And she keeps her feet on the ground. Set wasn't good enough for her. Lovely set going back there to Snowganta. However, Northern Ireland recycle. Kind of go down the line. Nicole sets out the Snow. She tries to push it over in the danger zone and 1. We got another free ball, but who's not waiting there at all? Should have expected it. Ireland should have done better on that, especially with a third touch. No one reacted. Dumped into the campfire.
Yeah, great court awareness, number 10 for Northern Ireland, and Maya making a claim that no libero required with her backcourt defense there to keep that ball alive.
Well, however, that's been cancelled out once again by another service error.
Yeah, they got 1 or 2 points on serve there, reducing the gap, keeping Ireland within 1, but Ireland still in the lead, 13-12.
Ball goes in and it drops down. There was a nice wiggle on that ball just before it got over the other side of the net and then dropped down.
And that's a great serve. Into traffic there, you can see Northern and Ireland in that row 3. You have a setter in there, you have a front court middle who's not usually passing. Who's going to take this ball if it's short again?
Boylecko serves again. No, Northern Ireland deal with it better this time. It goes into her. They aim at the backcourt middle player. And that should be the zone that Northern Ireland should be swinging at. Kind of go at it again. Wasn't enough aggressiveness by Anastasia there in the middle. Put the hands on the block. Point for Northern Ireland there. And Bria Sheen and a Stove, the other middle player.
Yeah, it's a better connection for Stove in the middle there. She was super aggressive, found the edge of the block. Nice play, Northern Ireland.
Serve goes on with this time McCall does it. Strange touch. She holds her hand up. She understands. Should have done better. Ireland couldn't regroup.
Yeah, it's tough. Maybe saw the blue of the wall and thought she was closer to the wall than she was, and thought we were going to see a bicycle tip kick there.
She could have done it as well. Anyway, we're level now at 14-all. High ball now by Jacobs. Already gave a nice roll off. She took the pace off the ball. The middle blocker, Coleman, jumped too early, expecting a stronger hit. And got the fingers of her and dropped down at her feet. Point for Ireland.
Yeah, it's a tough one, just done on the timing there, but fair play for the variation from the Irish attacker.
Go Ganta up the serve. She goes strong again and again. Even with the aggressiveness, it's not paying off for her again on this occasion. Point for Northern Ireland. 15-all.
Good early call there from Northern Ireland. Maybe sensed an opportunity here.
Thompson up the serve. And she gets away with it. She aims at De Souza. Hits Gets it off the outside of her right arm.
That's a great serve. The ball's coming so low over the net and moving everywhere. Really tough to pass and coming in with such power as well.
Very much so. That's what happens if you've got lead in your feet. You get stuck like a statue, and then you see the ball a little bit too late, and where your risk for errors increases, as you see in that last one when the serve went on to De Souza. Timeout by Ireland here. Erika Fatini calls it just to maybe settle the nerves a little bit. The last couple of points there. Northern Ireland really came into it a little bit there. They were, for a long period, they were 2 points down consistently all the way, and then just like one or two little moments can help spur it on, get an extra point here on this person's serve.
Yeah, it feels like momentum's been building for Northern Ireland. Ireland have had a couple of opportunities, but I think there's been a couple of strong servers for Ireland that have either missed or Northern Ireland been able to side out first ball. So they've got through a couple of their trickier rotations and they're back on strike here.
Yeah, the percentage has gone down just a little bit for Ireland here now with this service reception. Can they deal with it here? Don't need to. Another service error by Northern Ireland. So a very good timeout by Coach Fatini. Earned the point for Ireland here.
Yeah, how often do we see that happen? Just a bit of a break in momentum. Obviously calling a timeout to give some information to your team, but if it disrupts the momentum of the other team as well, even better.
See what happens here with Jacob's serve. She's got that good, just over the height of the net, giving trouble to McCall. Ace for Ireland.
Again, tough serve. See if she goes back to her again or mixes it up.
Not this time. He seems to be like a lot of this set and the last set. Wants to get an ace, trying to back themselves a little bit more, but then gets a little bit ahead of themselves and ends up being an error then.
Yeah. Sometimes you wonder, like when you've had success, do you need to vary it? Do you want to try and do the same thing again? But again, under 18 competition here, these things will come in time.
Anyway, Ireland have the ball. They go into the middle, go into Serich. Northern Ireland scrape it, or do they? Oh, it's gone back. They get it high. Yeah, they do, but they have to give back a free ball to Northern Ireland. But that pass has gone all over the place. So no, can Ireland do something with that? It's going to be a good 1-2 with Millie and Maria. No, but Northern Ireland get onto it. Snowganta picks it up again. This the Kilkenny combination doesn't work. Not quite this time. We go into the middle, hitting high off. This ends up being a mistake on Northern Ireland's part from Captain McCalmont.
It's tough, exhausting rally from both sides. Good job, there's a lot of free space around the court because both teams were using all of it. Tough transition play there for Maya. Tried to make herself available. It was just a bridge too far on the attack there. But yeah, phenomenal rally again. Both teams, yeah, I'd say we'll welcome this time out. They must be exhausted.
For sure, but I think Northern Ireland will welcome it a little bit more than the Irish team because now it's only 1 point between the sides anyway. And hopefully what was done onto Northern Ireland can be done onto Ireland after this timeout break.
Fingers crossed. Again, this second set's like the first set, pendulum swinging back and forth. Ireland had the 1 point advantage. Northern Ireland had the 1 point advantage, sorry, and now it's in Ireland's favour. 18-17.
Yeah, not between the sides as we head into the business end of this second set encounter between Ireland and Northern Ireland. It's advantage Ireland at this stage, 18 points to 17. With Anastasia Serig up for serve.
Will she hold her nerve after the timeout?
We hope so from an Irish point of view. She does.
Great serve.
But it's an overpass to someone else not holding their nerve right. Oh, that could be called onto it. Yeah. You can see there was a side spin on that volley that went over the net by De Souza. Hopefully won't allow it affect their game anyway, but you have to be technically sound when you're doing those volleys.
That's good to see as well. The referee just calling over the on-court captain there just to explain the rule in case there's any confusion. So yeah, bit of education along the way here. Obviously both teams are competitive and want to win, but there's a place for that as well.
Anyway, set her Armstrong up for the service. Puts it down the middle to Jacobs. Go through the middle, pops it over, but a heavy touch by Hannah Thompson there at the back. Goes off to the sideline. Gives the point to Ireland.
Good swing from the Irish middle there. I thought Maya's got a very large block that the ball had to travel quite far over to get to, give the defense a chance, but just not enough on this time.
Enough is right. Anyway, Melitza up for the serve, puts McCall all over the place, but what happens here? Boy got a hand to it, tried to get something, maybe hope the spin would work in her favour, but unfortunately it didn't creep over the top end of the net. It's another timeout called by Northern Ireland, 20 points to 18.
Yeah, it's a couple of scrappy points there, just going the way of Ireland's favourite, Northern Ireland. Good timeout, I would say. They need to regroup, refocus, go back to basics and, you know, stick to their game plan, what's been working for them throughout this match so far. Don't need to change too much now, but just trust in what they're doing and stay aggressive and, yeah, play with a lot of confidence here.
Well, both sides will have their setter in the backcourt rotation. Ireland obviously with Melitza here up for service, and Sophia Armstrong just serving there in the last one, so they'll both have 3 front court line attacks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Northern Ireland go to their captain here in the middle if the pass is available.
So both of the one that's been most successful, got the experience, trying to use it as much as they can, but again it's a stretch and a reach. Free ball came back over to Ireland to go out to De Sosa, but unfortunately De Sosa dropped her hand, went below the tape into the net. Another mistake happening there. Now she'll be subbed off there. Captain for Ireland, Martina Horba, is back on.
Swinging through the right side, coming on, maybe to get a contact on the ball just before she goes back to serve, perhaps.
We'll see what happens here. Every first serve, Nicole deals with it better. Oh, and they're too busy thinking of the change on the back. I don't know what Millie was thinking of. There's so much they were thinking about with the changing, maybe. Forgot completely about the ball.
A little bit of confusion with the captain coming back onto court.
We're back at the same point again as we were in the first set, Johnny. 2020, money time.
What to pass.
Lovely passes, right. They go fast out the snow. There's a good block on that. Great block by Ben Evans. Got the timing right. A good lineup as well. There's the timeout, second timeout called by Erica Fatini, coach of Ireland. Try to regather the troops. Advantage Northern Ireland now, Johnny.
It just seems like the momentum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. Really tough game to call.
Very hard to call right now.
That was a phenomenal serve in from Northern Ireland, but absolutely equal to it was the pass from their captain, number 9, back onto court.
I agree. Very good technique in getting the body behind the ball and keeping it in a lovely trajectory for the setter to deal with. However, just as good in that last point was Northern Ireland's block with Ben Evans lining herself up in the line to snug Anta's attack.
Another crucial point, the first point after the timeout. Can Katie hold her head? She's been pretty steady this match so far.
Ball goes over on Ireland's side. And Nicole, the lead about to do it. It hits off the defense there into the setter where Armstrong was. Martina Horba goes for a strong cross diagonal spike into zone 1 of Northern Ireland. Draw game again, Johnny. 21 all.
That'll be a big confidence boost for number 9 there.
We'll see what their lead by example.
Yeah,
ball's gone in. Remember, they don't realize that there's a backcourt setter. Yeah, but anyway, the setter was on the net. Or even worse, legal backcourt attack. She had her hand of her contact above the height of the net as the ball went over. So as the referee called it there, legal backcourt attack.
It's close. It's hard for us to see from this position here, but the ref has the perfect view of it.
Yeah, just captain there is looking for clarification on that.
But all comes from the aggressive serving, forcing that tight pass.
See now, 22-21, advantage Ireland. Dealt with easy by Northern Ireland to go out to the 4, but it's very comfortable dealt with by Horga. I don't know where Millie was going with that or who she was setting it to. Just keep it simple. Go on the swing on that, and again, the point that could have been Ireland's has gone against them. Good swing by McCallum there in the middle. We're taking a captain's role on that.
Yeah, leading by example. That's what you want to do with the free ball coming over. A clinical side out. Now she's back to the service line. 22-22.
Go with the float. Top spin on that. It's into the hands of the setter. Jacobs has got blocked. She's got blocks by Stove in the middle. She's delighted with herself, Stove.
Yeah,
Who wouldn't
crucial
be?
time. What a time to get a block.
Very much so. It's now 1 point advantage swung in favour of Northern Ireland.
I wonder if we'll see a variation of the serve going back to the front court outside.
No, go down the middle. Maybe a high ball. Oh, it's not high enough, so Snow has to push it. McCalman sets the ball, sets it weirdly, so it's only a free ball going back over. What are they going to do with her options? She goes for the tip and she's successful there. Very successful by Boyletko there. She didn't have much of a run up. She used everything on her stiff arm reach and tipped it over to the left side where there was a few sleepy heads. And she gets another point for Ireland. 2 points in a row, that's what you needed. Stepping up at their crucial moment here now. And this has led Ireland. Set point.
Set point and no timeouts for Northern Ireland. Both teams have used 2.
She gets it in. She does. It drops short, but they picked it up. They have to go out to 4, do they? No, they're going to tip. What's happening here? Oh, Ganta had a weird touch on that. Maybe could have, the call from behind could have been louder, but she had to do something within the moment. But unfortunately, it wasn't to Ireland's benefit. Draw game now, 24 all.
Yeah, big side out to save set point from Northern Ireland.
Evans up the serve. Puts it into Horrible's hands. Goes out wide to Jacobs. She just high rolls it. It's going to be tight at the net to get a block on it. Okay, Snow does a lot better in the pickup. Going to be going into Libro. Nicole puts it back over. They go into the middle, tall middle. Oh, Nicole reads it at least a little bit. A successful attack for Northern Ireland there by Stove.
Yeah, big swing through the middle, whether it's been McCalman or Stowe, both have been super effective for Northern Ireland.
Very much so. It has been one of the strongest parts of Northern Ireland's attack game so far. See if they might use it on this point, but we'll see what happens when Evans serves it in. Okay, it's a playable ball. They go behind to Ganta. She rolls it high onto 6, but Northern Ireland deal with it. It's another tight one up there. Millie picks it up. Nicole sets it out to the wide. Ganta swings, but again, nice pick up there on the back by Boyd. Jacobs looks for the ball herself. What will she do with it? She goes for a high roll. It's in! She took the pace off it, put loads of top spin on it, even at that trajectory going from under the net, going over. And it paid off just about in the end, Johnny.
Yeah, it looked like it might just creep out, but so much top spin just caught Katie off guard there and did land in. Gutsy swing to tie up the game and save set point for Ireland this time.
Well, Ganta's to serve here now. And then she makes sure of it, putting it in. Less aggressiveness, but they're going into the middle. She picks up the... It's going to be a challenge with Dimitrijevic. Okay, and it's up high. Millie has to hit on it. She does. Oh, it's a horrible touch. A horrible touch by Beth Evans there in the back. Hits weirdly off her wrist or her thumb and goes off in a different trajectory.
What a scramble at the net there. I wasn't sure what way it was going to go.
Neither was I anyway, but anyway, Millie the setter won it on that. Set point on Ireland's side, 26-25. Snow goes for a bit of a swing, but McCaw deals with it. They go on the pipe to swing on it. Nicole picks it up. What will happen here? It's very short. Rosalia has to tip roll onto it. Going out to the wing. It's up high. Who's going to swing on it? She really ready for it. Okay, Anastasia keeps it alive. Again, a weird touch onto it. So it's free ball Ireland. High onto the net. They go into the middle, but it's not high enough, is it? It is, but it's a live ball. Back over again. Snoganta puts it up into the direction. They go middle again. Oh, not this time. The block is ready. I have a Stove.
Clutch. What a way to close out an extended rally there. Potentially rally of the match so far, given the significance of it.
Very much so. Could have gone either way for the last 30 seconds on that particular point. Snow saves Northern Ireland in this set. 26 all. Thompson to serve. She goes at Jacobs. They deal with it. It's a low set for Jacobs coming back from Millie. But anyway, they go into the middle where they might be successful, but she goes onto the tip Stove. I don't know if they're trying to go back on one. Anyway, it's another free ball to Northern Ireland. I don't think the on pipe is ready for it. Nicole puts it up there. You gotta get it ready. I don't know what Jacobs is doing there at the back. Anyway, Millie takes the ownership of the ball, so they regroup again, but Northern Ireland have this for the attack. It's very, very short. Oh my God! It was cut in so short.
What an angle.
Still think the officer could have read it on that. Was reacting after the touch, and there was huge space over on the right hand side. And it was a very good placement of balls.
Katie Boyd, yeah. I think Ireland were hoping for a claim of a double touch on the ball side over there, but both teams played to the whistle again.
It's out. There was a chance there now for Thompson. Let's put the ball over and in. You've alluded to it earlier, Johnny. A lot of service errors at critical moments, you know, the heart in the mouth kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's this close. Do you risk reward it to give your blockers a chance? If you give them a lollipop, they're just going to side out, so you want to try and get them out of system, right?
Most consistent server anyway, Jacobs, and she does it again. She puts the ball over and in. She goes swinging into the middle from behind, and it's a very good tempo ball for Stove. Get on from Armstrong. And she's up to the plate to serve.
What a connection there, running behind. Sees the mismatch. Irish blocker, tough to track that run behind. And straight down, now back to serve.
Let's see what happens here. Okay, the ball's up. Going to give it to their captain. Again, she rolls it over the net. Gone into their middle. It's picked up. Oh, there's going to be a replay of the points. Something on the court ribbon there. A ribbon from the hair has gone off. So one less distraction. So they have to regroup. Fill off the setters. Here, Bobbin.
Yeah, good spot from the referee. We're keeping us safe here, and we get to play again.
See what happens. Hopefully it doesn't throw off. David Stoves on the serve. It does. Oh, you hate when that happens. How many times has this happened in this game alone, Johnny, so far?
Both teams have opportunities here, but yeah, very tricky. It's just who can hold their nerve, right?
Yeah, you've only got one shot at it.
Yeah.
No, you got to make it happen. Anyway, Ireland on the serve. It's a juice game again.
Middle.
It goes in anyway. She hits it over onto the 4. It's going to be out to 15 again. She goes down the line, but very good positioning there by Jacobs. They go to Horba. She swings at the position there in 4. They go into the middle with a dig set. It's kept up alive. And he goes out to 4 again. Keep it safe. It was very good hit by Horba. And she gets rewarded with that spike down the line.
Yeah, fair play. Great swing. Both teams trading blows there. Outside hitters at 6, making great defensive efforts. Fair play to the captain, stepping up, getting the line shot.
Yeah, let's hope this can get this serve in where it matters. And stage up the serve, she does. She aims on the libero, but she does very well at it. Okay, Horba was ready for it. Oh, Millie got pushed into the net by the middle player there, by Leko. She was kind of hoping that Leko would take the ball, but she reacted the fastest and then bumped into her. However, another deuce game, 29 all now. Armstrong up the serve. She goes well, she goes in. It's an off ball. Cole deals with it, she goes out wide. It's going to be a free ball back over to Northern Ireland with the backcourt setter. They go out to the wide there. She volleys it down the line, but it's out. It's out. Oh, I can't imagine what's going through a lot of these girls' head on court, you know.
It's tough. You saw what she was trying to do there. It would have been effective, but just the wrong side of the green line on that occasion.
Good idea, wrong execution. It's a serves on it, but dealt with again by McCaw. They go into the middle, high reach onto it. It's a good pick up by Millie. Go out to Martina. She swings on it. Again, there's a nice pick up there. Out to 10. Evans. It's up high up in the middle to be ready onto it. Nice backcourt. Again, it's a tip up. Should be high up. One person to get onto it. Martina gets onto it. She keeps it alive. Again, a heavy touch. Heavy touch by Hannah Thompson. Again, off her right arm. Wobbling off to the right-hand side. Brings a side relief to the Irish side. It takes set 2. 31-29.
Fair play. It's tough on either side to lose that set, but both teams had opportunities. We saw more than a few extended rallies once we got past 24 all, 25 all, and so it continued. but fair play for Ireland, just outlasting their super fine margins, just giving Northern Ireland one more problem to solve, and eventually they got the point, they got the set point to take the set.
Again, another tight set between these two sides. Great rivals, they often meet so many times. They meet on an annual basis at the St. Patrick's Day Challenge. I'm sure they'll meet again anyway this year, like they do nearly every year. But this is different, Johnny. This is European qualifiers. Is another step up, a different mental game altogether.
Yeah, full international, but no, both teams have come out firing. It maybe counts for some of the mistakes that we've seen with the pressure that they put themselves under, because they know how hard they've worked for this, and this is their opportunity to perform, and you got to try and remember to enjoy it along the way as well. But yeah, it's probably fair enough that this game is evenly balanced at one set apiece, because both sets have been, there's been nothing to split the two teams really.
Nothing at all. That's it. 2-point difference in both games. But now it's one set all.
Yeah, I think that set there, Irish captain number 9, Coach Erica, took her out early. She'd made a couple of errors, and I think just even to give her a bit of respite, give her a bit of chat, brought her in right towards, well, what we thought was near the end, which ended up yeah, having a few more points to play, but she came back, had that swing on the right side, stepped up with a few crucial serves, and then when she got right back around to the front court, she was a go-to hitter once again. But it's good coaching, I would say, from Erica to take, despite her being her captain or leader on court, to take her out, just give her a bit of a breather, a bit of outside perspective, refresh, and then come back in for that crunch, rely on the rest of the team as is a team game, bring the captain back in for those critical points, and that was one of the factors that paid off for them.
Very much so. I think the setter from Ireland, Millie, realised that, you know, if ever in doubt, just go out to 4. Don't be trying anything fancy, or, you know, if they're not always ready. I know you'd like to do a back set most of the time or anything like that, but if your opposite's not ready for it, or if the set's too low or it's too short in the court, it's, you know, most of the time a free ball. So the safest ball is always the ball out to 4. And if you have competent players, which you often need, because they need to be all-rounders when you're playing in position 4 and position 6, that they're able to do the job, and first minimising any mistakes, but secondly and more importantly that they can do some damage when they do spike.
So here we go again. I feel both teams have put enough effort in that in another match it would be a 3-0 win for one of them, but they're only getting started here. One set all. It's a best of 5 game. You've got to win 3.
That's it. Even Steven, Johnny. Anything can happen on this. Ireland will restart set 3 here once the referee is kind of happy with the rotation lineup.
Yeah, we've seen just a new player onto court for Northern Ireland, number 9, Amira, sorry.
Rapi.
Yeah, so new player for Northern Ireland in at opposite, getting her opportunity.
Here we go. Ireland started off. Ireland get away with a good pass, but sets a bit low for the tall middle blocker there, Captain Coleman, and she swings into the middle of the net. Point for Ireland.
Yeah, good serve Ireland, but equally good pass from Northern Ireland. Yeah, I'd be happy enough if we ran the middle again. Get her into the game early, just because you made one error. Don't worry about repeating.
Speaking of errors, there's another one.
Yeah, the start of this third set is going to be fascinating. Are one team going to pull away? Is one team a little bit dejected, a bit tired? Can one team move into the ascendancy here, or will it just be like the first 2 sets, back and forth, back and forth?
At the moment, we're waiting for that moment to happen. It's just nip and tuck, you know. It's blow for blow. Oh, that's a down ball anyway. So hit the floor.
Good pancake attempt there from the Irish libero.
Yeah, but she was about a half a metre off on that. Excellent serve there by Sophia Armstrong, setter from Northern Ireland. She goes at it the second time here in the third set. There she goes, and again drops low, right into the middle of the campfire. Everyone moved, but no one dived and took it. Another ace for Armstrong.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, right, just go back to it. Make the other team figure out a way to defend that aggressive serve.
This should be third time lucky here. I think there's a rotation foul called on Ireland. Even Millie's trying to tell them on that. I don't know what has happened. Is there? Oh, yeah. So the opposite and the middle player were in the other way
It's the other
around,
way around,
from
yeah.
4 and 3, so wrong way around.
Yes.
But they're going back again now with Lucy Highland on the opposite. Number 15. She's going to get the ball here. She swings at it, and again, not feeling it just yet. Getting her timing all wrong through the swing. Hit the middle of the net.
Yeah, this can be a good rotation for Northern Ireland here. Row 1 can sometimes be tricky to get out of the other team. You've got your lefty opposite swinging on the left-hand side, which isn't the most comfortable.
Especially if you hit it over on the left side of the court. But
Yeah.
again, it goes down center. And it goes out again to Lucy Highland. This time she does well in putting the ball over. But Northern Ireland recycle. Good defense onto it, but it's going to be a free ball. Into McCaw. Deals with it. Northern Ireland swing on it, but he was late for the pickup. And the defense was there by Jacobs. So just a little bit late, and of course, Bertini has to call the timeout for Ireland. 6-1, Northern Ireland. You were saying there, Johnny, about will anyone be able to pull away a little? Well, this is the first time I've actually seen a 5-point deficit between the teams.
Yeah, exactly. No, fair play, strong serving from Hannah, Northern Ireland setter there. A little bonus point with the rotation fault from Ireland there, and a little bit of luck maybe with a couple of net tricklers going Northern Ireland's way. And a great swing there from Amira. A little bit of an out-of-system ball, but took an aggressive swing. First touch for her, that'll give her the world of confidence. That ball didn't come back. First shot, first kill for her, and still Northern Ireland at the service line here.
Very much so. And we'll see if Ireland are able to deal with this.
Nice.
We'll also see now if Armstrong gets the ball over and in. She does.
My apologies, yep, Sophia.
Ball goes in there. Armstrong sets the middle. It's too low. Oh. She could do it when it left her hands, that she had set it a little bit too far out of Lucy Highland's trajectory. Very hard for her to hit on. Look over into the referee stand box. Another easy point for Northern Ireland. 6-1, 7-1. She serves it, she drops it sharp, but no one was calling for it. Lucy Highland was kind of going for it. Rosalia Jacobs kind of was unsure whether to get it or not, and then next thing you know, the hesitation, ball drops between the two of them.
Yeah, it's a great serve. I kind of wonder if we'll see any sort of change up from Ireland just to try and give the server a different look.
I don't know if it's going to be the change in the pass, but let's see what happens here. Oh, it was a bit of a horrible touch. She knew it anyway as well. Sophia, when she was trying to get the first ball, went awkwardly off her hand, and they were chasing shadows then after that. Northern Ireland to retrieve it. Anyway, Ireland are back into the service, but there's a 6-point lead still for Northern Ireland. 2 playing 8. They go at the libero, and again,
Yeah.
Armstrong had to react, but wasn't in the position in time to receive the libero ball, even if it wasn't the best of balls. Ball goes down. Ace for Ireland. Corbo again to serve. She wins it out of area again.
Good effort.
It's another point for Ireland. So now they're slowly creeping back into it, and yeah, as you can imagine, Northern Ireland coach Carl Gale calls his first time out of set 3. They're big swings, aren't they, Johnny?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be passing them over that net. Just seeing here as well, another new player making the debut in this match on the court for Northern Ireland. Number 7, Sarah Thipavong. Hasn't really been tested on the serve receive, but Ireland are getting enough joy with their variation and aggressive serving anyway. Interesting, just this different set. Both first and second set. Yeah, as you said, we probably didn't see any more than a 2 or 3 point gap, but this one's been a bit more of a run from Northern Ireland, and now Ireland trying to make their own run. Timeout called by Northern Ireland coach Gale to try and stop the run.
See what happens. Harbour serves again. It's an out of pass. So setter Armstrong just follows it over the net to go behind here to Lucy Highland. Broke her arm. She's swinging on that anyway. Ireland deal with the defense here on that. We go out to Jacobs, who kind of rolls, slaps the ball. She gets a point out of it.
Yeah, I think she was looking for a little bit of a wider set there. Just couldn't get a full approach on the ball, but made the most of it. Yeah, didn't just go up and swing wildly into the net just because the ball wasn't perfect for her. Made the adjustment, ended up the kill.
Well, it goes to the fresh player on course, Amira Rapi. There, number 9. Anyway, Ireland get it again. She goes a bit faster anyway to Jacobs. Might just get a hand on it. We go down the line and successful there. Nice spot on that.
A little off pace a bit. Roll right into the corner, super tough to defend. Northern Ireland finally get the side out, get out of that rotation. That was their rotation 1 as well. Can be difficult for the teams that both teams have demonstrated there.
Can do anyway, but can Katie Boyd tag on to this now with that serve? Oh, she does. Very nice serve. You can see it just drip down as soon as it passes over that tape. Easy ace.
Aggressive serving from both teams has been the tale of this third set so far.
Very much so. Let's see what she does. She does it again, but hits the top of the net. Close. Not quite there. Still, Northern Ireland have the advantage in this set. 4 points in this early stage in set 3. And we have Midland's middle player up to serve, number 14. Boleko. Yes. That was Northern Ireland. She put it out to number 7, Sarah Tipavong. New player on court here for Northern Ireland. Probably just trying to find her feet on the court. Oh, look at this. A bit crazy. Boleko hits it off the left side of her hands and goes out to the sideline and out. Point for Northern Ireland. Captain McCalmont tries for a serve, standing float. It's on to the other captain, Martina Horba, but I don't know where Lucy Hyland thinking where she was going, but someone has to tell her she has to hit over the height of the net. She's not quite in it still, is she, Johnny? You can see she's shaking her head.
Yeah, just got the timing wrong on that one, and yeah, volleyball's a tough game. You can get the timing a little bit off, and it's a really difficult swing. It needs to be...
Another mistake by
Oh, it's the lineup.
Martini's going to have to make some sort of change. She calls for her timeout again. Ireland calling their timeout. That's second timeout for Ireland.
It is, yep. So early enough, but trying to stem the flow before the set gets completely away from Ireland here. Surprising that Northern Ireland will be able to stretch away to a lead here, just the way the first 2 sets have gone.
And considering that Northern Ireland also have 2 fresh players that have come onto it, they haven't really found their feet onto it on the court, but at the same time they haven't had to stand up and be counted just yet. They've been doing well on the service. Northern Ireland, a few down balls have gone down on the Irish court side.
Yeah.
A lot of hesitancy in the pass reception, so we're kind of hoping from the Irish side that Jacobs, Nicole and Martina Horba can deal with these runner serves, because 6 points deficit already now. Set 3. Here we go again. And passes on Millie's hands. They go into the middle. Anastasia swings on it, but it's dealt with there at the back. It's tight at the net.
Good play.
There's a bit of tennis going on there. Lucy might get her points, and maybe that's the one to kickstart her match performance on us. The first point on the board. And she's up to the service line.
Yeah, great play from Northern Ireland. Obviously there, Amira, you're expecting the attack hit, so you take your approach. It's a bit of an overset, but you still manage to get up, put the block up, and then jostle for the attack as well.
Yeah, you have to compete there at the net. And it's tight on. You go on the pipe there for Northern Ireland. It's kept alive by Lucy Hyland, and nearly puts it over, but a bit of scrap and gets a winner out of it.
And it's that signature defense. I think both teams are super scrappy on defense, but Ireland, especially in this match, real never say die attitude. It comes out for them there again.
It does. You see if Lucy Hyland does a little bit more damage on her serve here. Make the most of her opportunity on the court. Unfortunately, it goes into the net as it is.
And it's another let off for Northern Ireland. Just when you wonder if Ireland can creep back in, put a few points on the board, narrow the gap, they just kind of let Northern Ireland off the hook there.
Yeah, the error count is starting to add up here now in this third set for Ireland. Melissa tries to get on the net. I don't know how Anastasia Serek didn't realise it, but Milica there is in. Milica could have even just dumped it down, been so tight on the net as well.
Ireland have got to be careful here. Number 15's just served, but she's kind of out of rotation with the libero.
She's in rotation fault. I don't know, I don't know if...
it has been spotted.
You were absolutely well spotted, Johnny. There's a service error by Lucy, or rotation error with Lucy Highland on the wrong side of Nicole, the libero.
Oh, that is a let off for Northern Ireland there, and so unfortunate for Ireland. Service error would have been their point, but the rules are you've got to be in rotation and serve receive.
Yeah, there's no new rules anyway for the the receiving team. They have to be at the start of the position. It's only they can start to move once the ball has been tossed by the opposing server.
It's tough for a lot of people. It's one of the harder things to learn for volleyball. You don't just need the skills. Can you dig the ball? Can you set the ball? Can you attack the ball?
Yeah.
You got to learn the rotations as well. And a junior tournament, it's tough.
I'm hoping that they understand onto it. Yeah. There might be a rotation error unless Jacobs gets over there. Yeah, exactly. Now they did the double sub on that, so they're going working with a backcourt setter. And it's first time I get to say this, but the fourth Kilkenny Spartan now representing Ireland with backup setter Gloria Kolodziej.
Great stuff. Her opportunity gives Ireland the 3 front court attackers again straight away.
That's it. 3 extra rotations. And hopefully gets some points on the board, which Johnny alludes to 3 lines of attack now. And also Snow Ganta has gone on, so hopefully there might be a Kilkenny connection going behind. There is. Snow gets up there. He takes too much of an acute angle. It's more behind the ball, keeps it flat, and goes out to the sideline and out. Good bit away from the court.
Yeah, it was good. Good footwork from the setter. As soon as she saw the free ball was coming over, she was straight into the net.
Another rotation fault here, and it's okay. Snow put herself into position. That's okay.
Just about.
Yeah, jumped Gloria. She jumps. She gives it to Anastasia.
It's been called
for a lift, I think. Yeah, called for a lift. Just that a little bit too long in her hand, and she grabbed it.
Yeah, I've seen them called. It's just tough for Ireland here. Everything seems to be going Northern Ireland's way at the minute.
It is, yeah.
8-point lead now.
18-10 Northern Ireland. I think there's going to be a rotation foul called. There is. Is Maria going to call? There is going to be a rotation foul. Because they're dealing with 3, who's the backcourt setter, and 11 is the opposite, who's front court, and they were the other way around. I don't know if
it's unfortunate.
I don't know if it'll show up on the replays anyway, but Gloria should have been behind Snow Ganta there. We'll see maybe again, are they in the wrong rotation? Exactly, that's the way it should be.
It's tough for them.
Especially when they're getting fresh on the course. Their head could be in the clouds. Lose focus. Anyway, we're back at the play, 19-10 Northern Ireland. The set is very, very short for Martina to run on to Northern Ireland regroup. Swing at it, a good block on it. But not good enough. Good strong attack there.
Good confident swing again, Katie Boyd. Great support from the Northern Irish bench here, supporting Sarah on that last in serve.
Well, they're double ahead in points, 20 points playing 10. I don't think there's much way back on this. There's a good pace on that. It looked like it would have been going out, but she got the right pace for that right angle. That's another ace for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, great location. Might have been going out, might have been dropping in. Close enough to just ask the question of the Irish passer.
Sarah Tiffavong again up for service. She's taking her time over it. She moves on to it. Very good. Straight on the front court middle blocker. Just kind of stuck in there, close into the campfire. It was a perfect location for the service to end up in. Point for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, what a run. Again, if you can put it into that when there's a lot of players, it's really hard to know. Do you take it? Do I take it? I'm not used to passing. You have a middle, you have a setter all in there, grouped.
Yeah, they're already clustered up there. Anyway, they're spread out a little bit more. A better set out to Harva by Gloria. She goes out to her again. She's at full stretch. Feet on the ground. So Northern Ireland tried to tried to counteract on that. Unfortunately, the dig set went over on the Irish side.
Almost caught them out.
Almost caught them out, but thankfully for Ireland, dropped on the outside of the green line.
Yeah, great awareness again and great footwork from the new setter for Ireland, number 3. Really fast to the ball, gets there early, reads what's going on. Good volleyball IQ as well.
Let's hope it keeps going for the remainder of the game, and as long as she's on, she's there for the defense on that. This is still a live ball. Good kill for Northern Ireland anyway, hitting it over at the backcourt set around 1.
Yeah, Northern Ireland just doing enough, keeping the momentum.
Now they're going to go revert back on that double sub, so Milica will be back on position 1. She knows where she's supposed to be. Oh no, she's at position 5. And then Lucy Highland is there, they're opposite, back on again. Oh, we'll say no more about that serve. She knows herself. Leave us though, we'll move on. Still in a commanding position, 23 points to 12.
Yeah.
Let that one go.
Commanding, but Northern Ireland will be wanting to close this out. Ireland have kind of lost their way a little bit. Northern Ireland will be trying to keep the pressure on and close this out before Ireland remember how to play again.
That's it, but I'd say it'll be up to set 4 before that happens. Anyway, Captain McCallum does very well, hitting off the block, going off to the side. It brings us
back to the run that started it all. Sophia with that run of serves at the start of the set, now hoping to close it out. 24-12 set point.
Comes up with the serve, she goes in a nice position, puts it deep onto Jacob's hands, but what will Lucy Highland do? Scrapes over anyway. Go through the middle. That's Captain McCallum. Sit it on the left-hand side. That's what goes here shot for me a couple of times. And the defense, a well-deserved victory going towards North.
I think Coach Cutter Moore does it a bit there for his girls now.
All learners, but very key location on the distance. Just a couple of minutes.
Simon made a very different to get into the ball. Not the tag either. This time, Ireland ready to take a step. I'd have thought, yeah, I could keep it tomorrow. You're areas from run away to from rotation. Keep them in. You've got to take it. Libero equal to it on that occasion, but just didn't have enough support the teammates to get the ball back up and over the net.
Server in this whole of the match so far. He's effective. Well, wait. It off. There's a good swing there by Boyd, but Jacobs. Oh, I don't think they're going to get that. Yeah. And stays there, hits the top of the net. Not off the block, unfortunately. It's going to be more technical on his part.
Good spot from the ref there in the full contacts. Great serve there, Iron number 10, and great positioning, lining up just in the gap on the block to pick up that hard attack from the outside of Northern Ireland.
The opposite. Doing the exact same to Rapi, but to give the rainbow trajectory on that ball, save all the way out.
That one didn't come up, but at least you're staying aggressive. Last time, tagged the line, that one just didn't work out.
It's made a slight difference anyway. It's very tricky when you're going to be up against a left-hander because most of the time Ireland is so used to hitting right-handed. But then when they change down to set 3 is Shows a little things for Northern team. Obviously, with good effect as well.
Yeah, it's been good.
Lily was ready for that at the line. Got her left hand spike down, even though I know she's right-handed. Put it down there in position 4, number 15 there, Mary Thompson. Pure surprise. What's happening here with Northern Ireland? We call the timeout.
Timeout call from Coach Gill. You could just feel, sense a wee bit of momentum coming up. There's lots of people in watching and creating a big atmosphere and big support. Carl just trying to stem the momentum there. Remind the girls, Northern Ireland, you're up 3 points in, you're playing well, but don't take this for granted here. You still got to fight hard every point, be relentless.
Relentless is what they would say about their team description as a top coach. They like to describe themselves as relentless effort, togetherness, and pride in the shirt. And I think they're showing that in abundance at this match here in Dublin.
And it's good to see. Just one thing to say these things, but it can be harder to execute, but they are doing it here when it matters in the competition game.
Another coach's point there for Northern Ireland. Very good call on that. Throwing the server off for game with the longer delay with the timeout. And it stays or mishits it. Unfortunately, goes into the middle of the net.
Yeah, our scoreboard in the house here is just showing a point the other way to Ireland, but we'll get that switched up. 15-11 it is to Northern Ireland.
You're right there, yeah. Martina swings onto it, but Armstrong was ready for it, but no one there in position 6. It's supposed to be Sarah Tiffavong's ball, maybe. In any case, we'll deal with the next service coming over the net. Back to setter for Ireland, Kenny Spartans.
It's important rotation here. Northern Ireland doing it stuck in the rotation 1. They got out of it last time for a missed serve from Ireland.
Serve, it's a great serve. Down the line channel. Hits off the outside arm. And number 7 there, Sarah Tiffavong. We should target her again. Soon see. Setter coming over from zone 1. Main hitter, Katie Boyd over on the right side. Goes over into that direction, but Boyd deals with it. They go into the middle to their big captain and take advantage of the lack of strong hands there from the new player.
Yeah, it's a good play for Northern Ireland. Captain delivers, running that kind of gap route again. Rarely running the same route twice, trying to cause the Irish middle blockers all sorts of problems.
Boys up the serve to keep it alive, Ireland. Will she get up? No, Gantz doesn't get up high enough. Gets the contact under the height of the net with minimal space to work with. Ends up being a point for Northern Ireland. They now got a little bit of cushion again, a little bit more breathing space now, Johnny. 17 points to 13.
Yeah, no, it's better for Northern Ireland this set. The last couple of sets especially, they've just upped their level on the serve, kept the aggression and reduced the errors. That's been the difference.
Try and go at it again. They have the ball. Jacobs is there to defend at the back. Lovely set from behind to Horba from Millie Dimitrijevic. It results in a point for Ireland. A very good play there. They need more of that now, Johnny, if they want to try and cut down this deficit.
Yeah, it's not unassailable for them. They need to have confidence here. Their captain can start a wee run here from the service line. He's been a very strong server for them.
She has done. Horba up the serve. Caught these with it nicely. The swing onto it. Was it a miss hit or was it a block success? It's Ireland's point anyway, whatever way you look at it.
Yeah, big point for Ireland. Northern Ireland just be looking to get one side out here, get on to the next rotation.
Got a 2-point deficit here now. Can they make it down to 1 point? Anita, it's been a while. Can they pick up on that? Horvath does very well to scoop that up, sweeping up at the back. Can only give back a free ball to Northern Ireland. They go into the middle. Is it the captain? Fantastic. It is, but she volleys it into the position of the setter. But Ireland go swinging on the back line. Oh, too easy to read for Nicole. What happens there? They're calling it in. The referee, yeah, they're calling it in. I would think so. That also clipped the outside of the line. I don't know if the line judge was actually aware to it or not, but first referee, Salver, he was there for it, and he was very sure of it. And his call is final.
Again, the finest of margins reduces the gap to 1 point, keeps the momentum with Ireland. Otherwise, it would have been a 3-point gap and served back to Northern Ireland. But as it is, Coach Carl Gale has to use the second timeout of the set just to try and stop the momentum here. Get this captain number 9 for Ireland, the server, off the line. She's been very effective so far.
That's it, throw her off her game, just like what he did in the last time out, where he got the point. They're helping Northern Ireland just settle that little bit. They're very effective timeouts when they need to be.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, you've only got so much impact that you can have from the sidelines, and timeouts is one of those things you can do.
Very much so.
Substitutions as well, if it comes to it.
Well, that's all he's got in terms of legitimate delays to the game. He's the subs now. Stop any particular rock that's coming maybe his way, but anyway, he still has a 1-point lead. And they side out of that. They pick it up Ireland. Get down the swings. And Jacob swings at it. It's high off the block. No one chased it really by Northern Ireland. They're leveled up again, 17-all. Fourth set.
Fair play to Ireland. I thought when they came out at the start of this fourth set, I'm not sure if it was instructions or just a bit too tentative, a bit too tippy, trying to be consistent with the ball, but not being aggressive enough. But since the second half of this, they've really been aggressive on their swings. It's paid dividends for them.
So I kind of hope that every serve goes in as well, and they can get some change from it, especially on the board. Anyway, doesn't really matter now because Northern Ireland have their 1-point cushion again. Common to serve. She serves it long. It's off. What does Snow do? She ends up volleying it over the net. It's a very low one, but a very nice reach, high reach there by Rappy. And again, she gets a block on it. What will Jacobs do? It's out. She smartens out with the joust. Volleys it high at the hands of Rappy there in the opposite position. And thankfully for Ireland, drops on the outside of the line.
Yeah, good battle of the net there as well. You can see both teams are well drilled, well coached. Both teams when the setters taking the first ball, either the libero stepping in, and when the libero's off the court, the middle's there straight away to pass the second ball up.
Sandra gets the serve as a high ball. Come on. Oh, there should be someone ready onto it.
Wow.
What will Millie do? Where she put it? It's a clean in there. She's very smart. Laid it over onto the backcourt setter there, so that she knew where her position was, especially if there wasn't any movement off the ball for a free ball. Got the first touch. Puts Northern Ireland 6s and 7s. Gives the point to Northern Ireland, to Ireland. Yeah, now they have the lead, Johnny. 1 point.
Big effort from the Irish captain there to save the free ball going down on their side and converting it into an opportunity for them, which they took.
That's it. She's done it again there. She's chasing a lot of balls. What will Anastasia do? She doesn't get enough finger onto it. Underhits it. Drops on the Irish side. 19-all.
19-all. This is kind of what we expected based on the first 2 sets. But more close like this.
Nothing between these sides at all. Realistic. Never mind that third set. Just the way if their strong teams are out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jacobs goes again with the hit. Just a snap swing more than anything else. Oh, that's a very smart play. I don't know if it was by design or by accident. Either way, it's Northern Ireland's point. Sarah Tiffavong gets the point for Northern Ireland. Rolls it down over the head of zone 1. Fatini has to call a timeout. It's the second timeout for Ireland. 20 points to 19 against them.
Yeah, I feel the idea has been there for Northern Ireland, that line swing before, and just execution hasn't always been there, but that time that paid off.
Paid off indeed, and it results in a 1-point lead now for Northern Ireland, edging them a little bit closer to that victory that they so desired after losing their first game this morning to Scotland. Ireland still have to play Scotland, but that match will be tomorrow, live here on YouTube with Volleyball Ireland. In any case, we resume with the action again. They're back on court. All timeouts have been used by both sides, so Angela now will be strategic substitution. Either that, you should see it play to a finish. Number 9 up to serve. Rappy, she gets it to Horba, who ends up being a poor mistake by Nicole, taking the third ball away from Rosalia Jacobs. It might have been easier to allow Jacobs just to move on to the ball and swing at it. She would have a better angle. In any case, it's 2-point lead now for Northern Ireland. Rappy again to serve. She gets it over and in. Cole puts it up there. What will Snow do? She swings long and she does very well. Hits it across court over into Rappy's direction. Who swims at the ball. Touch off.
Yeah, great aggressive swing there. Good serving from Amira after the timeout. Pressure serves made them.
Let's see if she can get an extra point onto this now after that swing. Snow Ganta up for a float serve. She gets it nice in the net. What's happening there? Who's not there for the defense to be realizing it was herself again? So unlucky, but you always have to be aware, Johnny. That is.
It's tough. You think you've done everything right there. Super aggressive serve, gets the overpass, but yep, as you say, you can't just be waiting for 3 touches. You got to be ready to go.
Yep. Northern Ireland have a 2-point lead still. Sarah to serve, but again, serves in the same spot as she did the last time. Problem with the net. Or you can breathe a little sigh of relief, but they're against it now. 21 points playing 22.
Yeah, so we're supposed to play up to 25 points. The first set was 27-29. The second set went to 31-29. I wonder what we'll see in this fourth set here.
Yeah, we might go to overtime, but another great serve by Jacobs. And Horba gets up there, gets enough of a hand anyway. Drops it down in front of Rappy.
Yeah, so smart. Doesn't panic, sees the overpass, has the opportunity, and just hits it down into the space. Clean kill.
That's it. Gets the timing right in the standing position. Just get a high hand reach onto it. And as you said there, point for Ireland. 22 all now. Jacobs again to serve. Very good serve. It's always been going in now. A high. Right now. Snow Ganta picks it up, but ball's given to Nicole. Horba again swings on it, goes for the cross court. Going for a high ball there onto that. But there's hands on it by Anastasia there in the middle. Go out again. The block's lined up. Oh, what was Snow Ganta doing to give back another free ball on this? Then it's another dig set. What's happening here? Unfortunately, Ava Stove. And this guy not lucky. Hits it a little bit too far. All the way out. Now Ireland have a 1-point lead going into this. And again, Jacobs on the service.
Yeah, another exhausting rally. What if we had a heart rate monitor and the coaches here? Looks like Coach Ireland is playing every point for her team here on the sidelines.
Easily dealt with by McCall. She goes behind on it. Okay, where's the libero? She should have read it. Even before the middle block got a touch onto it, she should have read it. That was going to be a tip, a short ball. Very, very slow to the action. And ends up resulting in another point for Northern Ireland. So we're again, 2 points wins the game.
That's a good serve, little net trickler.
It's up there, 1-2 now. Horby with her setter. Yes, it's a good swing onto it, but Northern Ireland get to it. They swing onto it, but Ganta picks it up in the defense. What will Anastasia do? She hits the middle of the net. Might have been easier just to volley the ball into the corners. But she was hitting it on the way down, which now results in Northern Ireland have match point.
Yeah, they've worked their way into this opportunity. Northern Ireland, no libero on court, but we could see an aggressive serve here from the middle stove.
She does. She puts it up there. It goes into Jake's hand. She has to go out.
It's a bit wide.
It's okay.
It was outside of the antenna.
I do think so as well, yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreak for Ireland. They fought back so well in that fourth set.
Yeah, two mistakes there at the end in the attack is what was the difference in the end. But credit has to go to Northern Ireland, because even nip and tuck with Ireland all the way, but that third set they showed there was a change in their dynamicness with the 2 new players that went onto the court as well, gave a fresh impetus into the whole team, and they end up dominating that third set on the scoreboard at least. But credit is due. Ireland came back as they usually did in the fourth set there, just like the first and the second set. There was nothing between the sides, just 2 points of a difference. In the end, they proved that Northern Ireland will get the rub of the green, no pun intended, and the victory. 3-1, Johnny.
Yeah, a great match. A shame that someone had to lose there. I wasn't too sure if we were going to get it done in 4 there. There's going to be a 5th set on the cards. The way Ireland were building momentum there, just super fine margins there at the end, and a great standing ovation from the crowd here, showing their appreciation. It's packed
very much
on
so.
this side of the stands here.
For many of these girls, this is their first real international cap for their countries anyway, so they now have the experience of what it's like to be on a centre stage with the whole of at least the volleyball Ireland community eyes on them there tonight on YouTube. Where we commentate onto it. A lot of clubs with junior programs represented in the Irish squad that has been selected by Erica Fatini and Egeris there as assistant coach will give some words of comfort anyway, you know, to look at their performance. That they did themselves justice for the most part anyway, but the result just didn't fall their way.
Yeah, and it's wonderful to have a competition of this stature here in Dublin, where you can have so many fans travelling to support. And yet, would recommend if you're in Dublin, come along tomorrow. It's free in the morning. There's tickets still available for the evening games. And if you can't make it, there'll be the live stream and some games commentated as well. But yeah, great credit to all the Volleyball Ireland staff here. You had Connor. Everyone's wearing a few different hats, emceeing and announcing players onto the court. Simon in the background, Lena coordinating all the volunteers, let alone the president Clodagh and CEO Jonathan. So yeah, just a big credit to the whole of Volleyball Ireland to put on such a tournament as this, to give the young players such a platform to play on, and to give such an opportunity for the parents that maybe don't get to see them train but are taxing them, paying their fees throughout the year, and to show them their appreciation, their support on the matches here down in Dublin. It's been great. So yeah, a lot of good games coming up tomorrow as well.
Very much so, and all these teams will be back in action anyway tomorrow, along with all the other countries that are going to be represented in the under-18 Boys and Girls Small Countries Association here in the National Sports Arena, Blanchardstown, Dublin. My thanks to Johnny Workman and his legendary words of wisdom and experience that he brings. A strong international player for so many years that I've known, whether it's on the beach or on the court. It's been a pleasure, Johnny, to commentate this grudge match that we often find where Ireland take on Northern Ireland. So thanks again for your input and your experience.
No, it's another classic, an absolute pleasure for me too, and congratulations to many of your Spartan players making an impact on the court there as well. You must be very proud.
Very proud, first time ever for the club, and hopefully it's the first of many more in the future. Anyway, that's enough from us from National Sports Arena. Congratulations to Northern Ireland. They took the girls' grudge match 3-1 there. And also, don't forget that the Irish boys team earlier in the evening had their victory over Northern Ireland. So it's 1-1 on the board between the two Irish teams. My thanks again to all those in Volleyball Ireland, and for all of you for paying attention and listening to our commentary. And we will talk to you tomorrow for all the games that are upcoming here for the Small Countries Division Under-18 Boys and Girls qualifier. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Thanks.